My name's Danny Griffin, owner of Short Stay Accommodation. Today we're doing a tour of some of my properties, how we utilise our community of houses in a certain area to move and redirect guests. Some of the properties are what I own, some of the properties that I manage, and some are what I call sub-hosting, which we'll talk about later on. So here we're in Marston Green. We're literally a stone throw away from the airport. Hence the names of the property. Number 1 came up, we took that one on. Did number 2, which is called Emirates House. Then we got number 3, which is Runway House. So now we can offer a 15-bedroom stay, which is totally unheard of. We're waiting for number 4. They don't know it, but I'm coming for number 4. So this is number 3. This is a 5-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms. Come and take a look. The name of this house is Runway House. This is the Avios points. Yeah, this is definitely the best space. Any bookings coming from number 3, number 2, we can always move them to number 1 because nobody is going to complain about having more space. This long-term booking, we're taking straight £200 a night for this. On the weekend, I can get £1,000 for this. Right. But one thing I won't do is I won't undercut myself and do it for cheap like a lot of hosts will. They'll be like, I'll pay my bills, pay my rent, and I'll put £1,000 on top. That is something I won't do. I probably wouldn't take on anymore. I probably would just want number 4 and number 5. I'm just patiently waiting. The tenants that they had was a bit of a pain. And just when we was about to take it on, it had a massive leak. It literally looked like it was raining in here. So the whole place had to get renovated, which took another 3-4 months. The guests that we have in here, you'll probably see some of their belongings. They literally have a year booking. They said they want it for a year. We got about 2 months up front. And then we've got a really great working relationship since. Well, the cleaners have been here since yesterday, but they do keep it in good condition. Some little issues like blocked toilets, little things, simple things. But I don't try, as long as it's nothing serious, I don't try and make a big fuss of it. One thing I have told them to do is to make sure that they lock the doors, because sometimes they've left the doors open. This is Birmingham, lock your doors. I stayed this place myself for 2 weeks. I stayed here. I was going home 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. My partner was angry with me, everything, but I still came and did it because that's what needs to be done. I'm not paying somebody thousands of pounds to do something that I don't think they're going to do right anyway. That's a big thing with properties. Your staff, your cleaners, you have to have a system in place to be able to communicate. Like things like this I should have known about. This probably is on a pre-clean list somewhere. So we have a checklist. When the cleaners come in, if there's any issues, they put it on a checklist, and then my staff will go over it, and then they'll register it with me through the Asana task management thing. But it is a very minor thing. I'm not successful and rich enough yet to be just delegating every little task. This is my job at the end of the day.
What made you think this place would work for SA?
We had number 2. We was waiting for it for ages, and we knew it would work because of the 7-bed. If you search for a 15-bedroom property in Birmingham, you're not going to find one. You won't find a 15-bedroom property with 9 bathrooms, with private parking, gated, 3 garages. My long-term goal is to continue doing what I'm doing, but with properties that I own, or into development, into apartment blocks of what I own. So if I know this is making me X, Y amount of money, I'd like to buy the same kind of property in the same area and continue doing what I'm doing. This is South Road. I've got a couple of checks that I need to do. 6-block apartment. And what I usually do is, even though I might have some work upstairs, I'll come and do a quick check on everything. This is kind of one of our retro apartments, would you call it? This is a 3-bedroom property. 4 people can sleep here. This attaches to the one next door because they're both on the same floor. So we rent it out a lot as a 5-bed. So why they quite like this is because they've got 2 kitchens, they've got 2 places to eat. They've got their own little separate spaces, even though it's a 5-bed apartment. Sometimes we'll get them here for a week, and what you'll find with contractors, they'll book somewhere for a week, even if they want it for long term. So they'll book it for a week just to see if they like it. And they'll be like us, right? They'll try and reach out to us direct, same as we'll reach out to them direct to get a better price. So it's really important to make sure that they have a good experience for that week. Bit of a mess out here because of the trees, we have to watch your step. We've got the 2 apartments here, which we do as a 2-bed or a 1-bed. There was another host who had this, but they wasn't very successful, so they're giving it back. The landlord does need to do some work on it, but I told him if he does the work properly, I can just take it over, and then that will give us another 2 apartments, which will make it like 7 apartments, 7 or 8. The big hit is the 5-bed. Once they're booked, the rest here, we could probably make like 10K a month. With my long-term standing guests, contractors, they just call me direct. They just call me, Danny, this is the date we need for this many people, this location. I'll call them back later. tell them, give them an invoice. If I had properties scattered all over the place, 20 properties scattered all different places, without being in a closer distance, proximity to each other, it wouldn't work for me. This is my business, being able to move people around within my own properties. Without that, my business would be totally different. I've been a health and fitness coach for the last 13, 14 years. Selling a package like that online is really difficult, and understanding the psychology of sales has really helped me in this business as well. I was born in Walsall originally. I left there when I was about 21. I had a son young, and I moved to Great Bar, and then I was there for 7, 8 years. Moved back to Walsall for a bit, and then come back to Great Bar again. But I've always kind of been around these kind of areas. I've got a lot of friends around here, a lot of memories around here. I like it here. I would consider moving, but I'm at a point where I want to be a citizen of the world, if you get what I mean. I want to spend 2-3 months in Dubai, 2-3 months somewhere else in the Caribbean, 2 months in Europe, stay in the UK. I want to be able to just move around freely. It's possible to do it in my line of work for sure. We're at a point now where we don't even need to be in front of a laptop. This is a JQ penthouse apartment. Somebody reached out to me who'd heard about me that wanted to put their property on Airbnb. In between leaving the UK and going to Germany, I look after the property. When they come back, they stay in their property for 1, 2, 3 weeks. I'll keep the dates blocked for them. And then when they travel back to Germany, I'll carry on hosting the property. So this way, she has the best of both worlds. She still has her home, and she makes money while she's away. The reason why this property is good for me as well, because Airbnb was originally to stay in somebody else's property and to experience the area and to experience somebody else's culture. And this is what you get with this property. It's very homely. It's done with her creativity. It's like a secret kind of garden. This is the bottom floor of the 3-story house, but we call this the JQ penthouse apartment. Obviously, this is a ground floor, but the bedroom is the top floor. And you can just tell with all the details of how she's took real good care of doing this property. She trusts me to look after her property because this is her home. This isn't an investment for her. This isn't something that she planned on doing Airbnb. This is her actual home of where she lives. I knew that it would work well, but the first thing for us was not about the money. It was to make sure that the house is protected. So you had to pay the deposit properly, making sure that we didn't put it too cheap. But since we did it, it's been flying. It's been great. People love it here. Standard, this price is about 115 minimum. Can go up to 130, 140. If we go to my GPT here and we go to GPT, you'll see short stay assistant. Cleaning task for Asha at Heartland House tomorrow. Notes, no back-to-back. All set. I've logged the cleaning task for Asha at Heartland's house for Wednesday, 17th of December at the agreed rate of £110 with notes, no back-to-back. So no back-to-back means that there's no quick turnover. Nobody's checking in at the same day. If we go to the Asana here, so we've got cleaning task schedule. It's for Asha Abdul. Description, so it's from the agent. Cleaners for Asha. Which property, Heartland House, what date, what the rate is, how much you pay. So that will go into her calendar now. And then what she'll do, look, Asha Abdul completed a task you assigned. So I can also do that with assign task to Sarita to order extra bed linen for JQ Penthouse before Friday. Notes, a priority. And it will also do the same thing for the staff, me and the staff. It's also starting to send emails to now as well. Scraping the internet, that's what we've been doing this morning. Okay, so this is our unit.
So why do you have a unit?
Because we've got so much laundry, change over 100 beds, and it's just like our base of where we keep all the supplies. If I knew I had to do this, I probably wouldn't have carried on.
A lot of people's worry when they get into property, they're like, is it going to be successful?
Yeah, but you know what? I have this question a lot in the academy, and they'll have a question they'll be here at this next step, and instead of them trying to figure out this next step, they're already a year ahead worrying about this step. And I say to them, just forget about that. Get to this next step, this next step, this next step. Worry about that when you get there. If you overthink and worry about things that are not in your peripheral vision right now, and you're worrying about things too far ahead, you'll never get there because you're worrying about way too much. I had quite a lot of business knowledge before the academy in different sections. I think in my earlier years, I always tried to delegate too much of what needed to be done. This time around, I've made sure that I know the ins and outs of everything in the business before I delegate anything. Why is that not working? Do you know what my favourite tool is? It's a hammer, fixes everything. Never lock the doors. So this is the 3-bed. We actually have guests in here now, but better us than burglars, isn't it? So this is a 3-bedroom. Looks like there's been a bit of damage. For the kind of money they spend, I don't really care about it, to be honest. I'll just fix it and say nothing about it. This is part and parcel of what happens. If this was a normal guest who'd been here for 2-3 days and they damaged like stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna charge them because you're showing a disrespect to the property. So this landlord is through an agent. A year later, I get a message through my website and it's like, I want you to come and look at a property. We're interested in working with you. So we organise a time, a date. I go and meet somebody at a property in Sutton. I get there, they start showing me around the property. And then halfway through they say, do you know who we are, Danny? No, you have our property in Sheldon. We've been looking ages to try and find out who you are because we don't hear anything from you. We have complaints, problems from all our tenants, but we never hear anything from you. So they literally tricked me into finding out who I am. Because if something needs repairing, even whether it might be something small, it might be due for the landlord to fix. But if I've got guests coming or I've got a guest here, I haven't got time to be figuring out who's got to pay for it. Are you going to get someone? It needs to be fixed today. I don't think about what I'm making. I know what I'm turning over. Like I said, I probably turned over, not last month before, it was about 57K, and then it was the deals on top. So I could easily be clearing about 10K a month. I don't look at that as I made this money, I'll take that. I only take out what I need. Right now I have a clear path of what I want to do and how I'll do it. Before it's like, you know, save up a deposit, get a house, let it go up in value, put it on rent. So the academy and the Samuel Lead stuff, it's kind of opened not just for me, but for everybody. And not just Samuel, but people on the academy, they've opened my eyes as well, how other people are doing it. I think the thing with Samuel as well, you learn a lot from him, what he probably doesn't expect that you learn, just in his character, how he talks, how he does things, how he tells his stories. You learn a lot in between the lines, not just on the coaching. You learn a lot from him as an individual. A personal message for Samuel, keep doing what you're doing a good job, changing a lot of people's lives, and I think your statue is coming soon, mate.